Guys moving forward, hey, we got big things coming this weekend.
A drive out into right center. Calloway, it's going to be out of here. Oh, my goodness. Bryce Calloway. Here's the 0-1. Hit deep out into left field. This has got a shot. It is going to be caught. He went over the wall. Cole Johnson with one of the greatest catches in Georgia history.
Yeah, it was awesome. I've grown up watching these big games and then imagining myself playing in one eventually, and it finally happened. So it was pretty cool to finally be in a big game in that sort of setting.
It was exactly what I expected it to be, yeah. Just like not being able to give an inch. The atmosphere was great. Feels really personal when you're out there, you know, like 9 innings feels like a lifetime.
One of the challenges with guys who hadn't played in this league is I don't think they hear about it, but until you're in it, and you feel the intensity of it and the grind of it and what it takes to win against any team in our league, it's a challenge.
He looks in and deals a 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Caden Aoki, 4 scoreless innings of relief.
I mean, I haven't been in many of those situations before, you know, coming into a game where it's in the latter half and, you know, you have to close down a game. You're only up 2 runs.
He moves the ball around, and then the gaps between speeds and pitches is enough to throw guys off. So, I mean, you know, he'll throw the 80-mile-an-hour changeup and maybe the 79 or 80-mile-an-hour curveball. And then when you see 91, it feels like 95.
I mean, getting your first SEC win, it's like hitting your first home run of the season, kind of just getting it out of the way. And so to get that first SEC win, it was really putting us in a good spot to have momentum coming into Sunday.
It's the rubber game opening weekend of Southeastern Conference play. It's been a tremendous series so far, and it's a winner-take-all between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Tennessee Volunteers.
You know, I thought Matt Scott was the MVP on the mound. Matt went in there 3 innings, threw strikes. Yeah, he gave up 1 run, but I mean, like, just settled everybody down on the mound in their offense. And then, you know, you're scoring a little bit, and then people are going to forget about the solo home run that Hudson hit in the 6th.
This one's hit high out to right. Going back is Chapman at the wall. Gone! Brennan Hudson with his 11th home run of the season. And that cuts the Tennessee lead to 5-3.
Being able to just experience the opening SEC play in itself Friday was insane. Saturday was even crazier. And then going into that Sunday game, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it goes back to his first at-bat of that game when we put him in. I felt like, you know, he was getting off a good swing his first at-bat, had a really good at-bat, just, you know, on the stat sheet it says F8.
That guy had been pitching us pretty hard the entire day, even with the rain and everything. But I think that at-bat just really showed that regardless of what inning it was, what the score was, like, I was pretty dialed in, ready to go.
Bryce hits the ball really well the other way, and so we just told him, hey, don't try to do too much here, just stay with your regular approach, hit the ball the other way.
Just being able to hear that from them, like, kind of reinforced my approach and kind of let me know. And right before I went up there, Ammo said, hit it to the G. So I knew that, you know, I was already locked in on that approach.
Krenzel right on right. A drive out into right center. Calloway, it's going to be out of here. Oh, my goodness. Bryce Calloway gives Georgia the lead. Nobody aboard the 2-2. Strike 3 swing.
What's crazy is when we made the defensive switches, we actually moved him to left and Scott Newman to center and Rylan Lujo to right. And because we said that Cole Johnson's our best left fielder. And boy, I tell you what, he made us look good, right?
First batter, that first home run, I felt like I tracked it well. I was like, man, I was really close. So during the pitching change, we're in center, I was like, I was so close to that home run. Like, that could have been huge. And they're like, yeah, you tracked it well. And then the next one went up, and I was like, this ball is not leaving the yard. I'm not letting this thing leave the yard.
Here's the 0-1. Hit deep out into left field. This has got a shot. It is going to be caught! He went over the wall! Cole Johnson with one of the greatest catches Georgia history, and the Dogs win 8-7. Are you serious? An unbelievable catch by Cole Johnson.
It's going to be hostile as it always is at A&M, but at the end of the day, the crowd, whatever you want to talk about there, their job is to try to take you out of your routine and get you sped up and get you emotional. Emotions just inform us, they don't direct us. But if we let our emotions start to direct us, we're going to be in trouble anytime we go on the road, no matter who we play. And so this will be a big check for us to see, can we keep our emotions in line, stay in our routine? You know, the challenge as it is in every series is, who can focus the longest usually comes out on top.
And welcome to College Station, Texas. It's Olsen Field at Bluebell Park, and the Georgia Bulldogs getting set to take on the Aggies of Texas A&M in the first of this weekend's 3-game series.
I mean, going to A&M is one of the toughest places to play on the road, but I think it's good, you know, going out there for the first time, seeing that, experiencing it, going out on the mound and actually experiencing it, and then I think it's just going to help us prepare better for every other place we go.
You know, it's like I tell them, when you go on the road and you go into a hostile environment, there's not a lot of pressure. It's you just got to go play, and your goal is real simple, to try to make the crowd go silent.
Here's the 1-0. This one's lifted high out to left. This ball is gone. O'Shaughnessy leads off the third with a solo homer. This one's hit on the ground and through out into center field for a base hit. That'll score 2.
I feel like they came in and handled it well. I mean, you have guys like Bryce Calloway, who's played at LSU, or you have guys like O'Shaughnessy, who may have played at North Carolina or at NC State. So them being able to come in and show that there was no flinch was definitely huge, and be able to win the first 2 games so quick and show that the kind of team that we were, for sure.
Jordy Oriach with his second home run of the weekend. This one's hit deep out to left. That one is gone. The Dogs have gone back-to-back.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, especially taking the first 2. Having an opportunity to sweep, you know, obviously Sunday didn't go the way we wanted it to at all, but I think we can learn a lot from that and take it to every other series, whether we're on the road or at home.
It is a Chamber of Commerce day here in America's greatest college town, in week 3 of Southeastern Conference play. Old rivals collide with the Georgia Bulldogs hosting the South Carolina Gamecocks.
And it's like I've told people, like, South Carolina's a really good club. They're going through some adversity right now, obviously with all the stuff that's going on over there, but you know, so I think that, you know, it almost felt like their opening weekend again. You know, I go back to that. You know, they were rejuvenated. They were trying to get a fresh start with all the circumstances that were going on over there, and I felt like we got, you know, one of their best punches that they've thrown out all year.
The big righty deal. Swinging at him as he struck him out. Pulled the string on that one, DJ. Swinging at him as he struck him out. Big punch out there for Joey B. 2 away.
It's pretty comfortable having offensive support like that, have them at any moment go out and put up a crooked number. It's definitely calming and allows me to pitch free.
What an outing for Volchko.
Great job by Joey.
Honestly, you know, the first at bat, he, you know, was slipping me over those big curveballs, and it seemed like that was really the only pitch that he could really land at the moment. So going into that second at bat, you know, I was kind of just sitting on that curveball, and you know, if he threw me a couple other pitches and I got to 2 strikes, then, you know, from there on, just trying to battle with 2 strikes, but, you know, he got the pitch I was looking for and got it.
Drilled out into left field. Dan Jackson, grand slam! Here's Bird's 2-2. Change-up got him swinging. His 5th strikeout, and Georgia improves to 5-2 in the rough and tough Southeastern Conference.
You guys, I told you, records don't matter in this league. It doesn't matter what's going on over there, what their record is. They're going to fight you all weekend. They got nothing to lose. That's how they're going to play. You're going to have to bring it for 9 innings again tomorrow.
Game 2, week 3 of Southeastern Conference play was here today. The Bulldogs aim to clinch the series. That's 4 walks in the inning, and South Carolina's on the board.
I just told the guys after that half, hey guys, we're okay, we're just down 1. We're going to score. We got to stay with it. It's a long game. They got to get us out 27 times.
Allen out of Auburn, Alabama. Hits this one high and deep out into left. It's got a chance. Jamison's going back. It's out of here. Henry Allen feeds the trees with his 9th homer of the year.
Obviously, I didn't know I was going to go that far, but it was just one at bat at a time and really just attacking guys. And me and Wes have gone over some stuff and just not being, I don't want to say afraid, but just really just knowing my stuff, plays, and just starting out with strike one, just so we can give our hitters a chance to come back and hit some runs for us.
Hits the first pitch, deep to left, and this ball is gone!
It was great. I just went up there thinking about just trying to swing hard, get my A swing off, and he threw me a pitch that I could do damage on. That's my sweet spot, so just hit it well.
Hey, everybody in, listen to me. Job's not done. The job is not done. These guys aren't going anywhere. They're going to fight you. The job is not done. We've got to come back tomorrow ready to stay focused, attack it one pitch at a time, play this game.
Great news so far this weekend. Georgia taking the first 2 games from South Carolina. Dogs sitting at 6-2 in SEC play, tied for the league lead and going for the sweep here this afternoon. The pitch. Dan Liner out into right. This is going to be a fair ball. Jackson safe in second. Ground ball hit sharply towards third, off the glove of Evans. Lujo safe. Jackson in to score.
This one's hit on the ground on the right side and through for a base hit. Behind him is Colby. A 2-run single for Jackson, and the Dogs have tied it at 6. This one's lifted out to left. Phelps comes in to score, and the Dogs have their first.
Here's the 0-2. Runner goes, swing and a miss. He struck him out.
And for us to come out of there and find a way to win those games, I'm very, very happy with our guys, because those are the kind of games you got to grind out against a team like that. So, man, I love that we actually get to be the hunters now, because nobody's picking y'all to win except everybody in this room. We get to go to a great environment. Like, if you can't get excited about going to this field tonight, playing this game and this weekend, then I really seriously come by and see we need to talk to you. We got nothing to lose, man. I've had multiple people text or call me today since we got back from hitting, going, hey man, can you believe nobody's picked y'all to win? Not one person. I can't find one person. Guys, man, look, enjoy tonight. Go out and play loose. There's no pressure on us. Everything's on them, man. They're fans. It's gonna be awesome. Enjoy it. You know, I think it's the looser this team is, the better. They need to just go do their thing. They need to be loose and relaxed. And when they're there, they play really, really, fast. And they play fast and they play free, and the results are, they come.
Well, the coach is telling us that just go in there with no pressure, play with no pressure. All the pressure's on them.
Yeah, I think we've seen it a lot throughout this year, just guys just going out there and competing. Guys not necessarily having their best stuff, but just still attacking every single pitch. I mean, guys just doing their job. When you go in there, your job is to just execute pitches, just do the best you can, and knowing that you have guys behind you if the results aren't exactly what you want.
Just outside, did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3 swinging to retire the side. Carey, this one's got a chance. Lujo at the track, and the volley leap and makes an incredible catch. Lujo robs Woodson of a home run. Way to go, Aoki. We go to the 10th, 5-5 at Starkville.
I mean, it's ultimate confidence, and I mean, that's through the whole team. I mean, that gives the pitching staff confidence to go out and put zeros up and get as many outs as possible. And even know that they have a little wiggle room if they give up a run or two, because it's hard to get 9 guys out that are all on, have their pitcher on pins and needles. It's just really rough, and it's just, you can't pitch around certain guys because then the other guys are going to do it to you, so.
Just the pitch. This is hit out into right with some carry. Parker's going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. He leaps. It is out of here. Unbelievable, Ryan Wynn. Pitch. This is hit high out into left with some carry. Going back, looking up at the wall. It's out of here. Shaggy with a 3-run homer. And the Dogs take the lead 8-5.
And we just took it one game at a time and just kept scraping, and it was awesome.
Yeah, no, it starts with guys like Kobe Branch and Tre Phelps who've been in this league, understand that. But then, there's a couple guys that haven't been in this league that I've been very impressed with on the mound. Caden Aoki and Matt Scott, for example, like coming out of the bullpen. There was a point on the game that Matt Scott closed out, and I looked over at Coach Amorati and I just said, they're going to have to beat us. This kid's not giving it up. I mean, look at him out there. I mean, he looked like a big leaguer, poised, he was under control, and to your point, there's 14,000 people rooting against him.
It was a great feeling. I mean, like I said, not really coming out of the pen throughout my career. It's definitely a change emotionally when you're out on the mound, and you can't waver 1%, so you have to just really stay focused, and I think it's a really, really fun task. Mentally, you really have to stay the same and just stick to your plan, and like I said, throw strikes. Closing out a couple games were really, really fun, and I'm enjoying it.
2-1 to Parker. Popped him up left side. This should do it. O'Shaughnessy, Branch, Colby calls, squeezes, and makes the catch, falling back. The Dogs win it 8-5 in 10, completing the sweep of Mississippi State, and Georgia remains all alone atop the Southeastern Conference standings.
Get back, guys.
The sweep, I think, is the hardest thing to do in our league, whether you're away, you're at home, no matter who you're playing. I think being able to get up and go, beat a good team 3 days in a row it's just hard to do. And I think the message there is being able to grind out every single out, whether it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and being able to know that it's just going to take an extra level of focus if y'all want to be able to win games like that.
It's definitely an awesome experience and team win this weekend. Kind of our philosophy as a team. Now we're just on to the next game. Like 24-hour rule, you celebrate it. Once midnight hits, on to the next.
Arch rivals and SEC foes square off. It is week number 5 in the grind of SEC Baseball 2026. Here's a 3-2. Called strike 3 right down the middle.
We just had some hiccups tonight. I thought King was really good. He established, both sides of the plate with his fastball. We've got to do a lot better job offensively, though. I mean, we got to be ready to hit when you get in the box. Those things happen, and yeah, I mean, this league's hard, and you can't do that on Friday nights in this league. You can't make mistakes, and you got to be ready to get your swing off.
Here's a 1-2 to Tre. Line drive into left. That's a fair ball towards the corner. The throw from left. Safe. It's a leadoff triple.
Here's the 2-2. Cool strike 3. Fastball for out number 3. That's 7 Ks now for the Utes.
We're a little mad like last night, and we just thought about not doing that again. We're like, all right, we got to come out here with some fire. Like, we got to get after it, and that's pretty much it. Like, we came out here hot and just kept going, kept grinding them out.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely exciting. Love going against other top guys in the league and stuff, but at the end of the day, it just kind of comes down to focusing on the team and my own stuff, and whatever happens on the other side kind of plays out during the game. But it's definitely exciting, but not necessarily the focus.
Aoki closes the door. What a game here today in Athens.
It doesn't matter who you're playing. We've seen it here. If you throw the ball right down the middle of the plate, teams have a good chance. And we didn't get the ball to the edges today, and they made us pay for it when they did. I thought we had chances to get back in the game. I just think we got to play better baseball. We had chances. Today is one of those days where we'll get the pitchers right. We got to get the ball back to the edge and not just leave it center cut.